Michael, you've had some tough times as captain of Australia. Do you have any empathy or sympathy with what Alistair's going through at the moment? You wanted someone else to answer the question.
I don't think feeling sorry for an opposition captain is the right thing to feel. I certainly can. I know what Alistair's, to a certain extent, I know what Alistair's going through because, we've experienced some tough times as a team, and it's tough as a captain. There's no doubt about it. But I think at the end of the day, I'm here to help Australia have success, and we've experienced a lot of defeats in the past couple of years. So, I'm really focused on helping us become a better team in both formats that I'm playing in. And I think it'd be very silly for me to allow myself to try and put myself in Alistair's shoes because I'm not there.
Michael, we just heard on the telly you're not going to Perth for the game.
Yep.
Is the aim to do the 5-0 in the one-day series like it was in the Test series?
Definitely. Yeah, our attitude hasn't changed. Like I said before the start of this series, we have a goal to become a better one-day team and to get back to being number one in the world, and we're not there. We know we can certainly improve in all facets of the game. I think we've shown throughout this series improvement, which is a real positive sign for this team. And I think we've shown, even with giving guys a rest, especially the Test boys, that we've still been able to have success. And I'm really confident in George. I think George has shown a lot of positive signs in regards to his leadership in the 2020 format and certainly in the one-day format. He's a very experienced player now, and I know he can take the guys to Perth and have success there.
So he'll be fit for Perth, obviously.
That's the plan, yeah. At this stage, he's obviously going to be monitored, but we've got plenty of time leading up to Perth, and he's in great hands with our physio and team doctor. So we're confident he will be fit. And like I say, I think one game off will do me the world of good, to be honest. To have 3 or 4 days away from cricket, it's been quite a big summer.
And do we take from that, looking forward to a few days off, that there seemed to be a fair bit of frustration out there over that whole Owen Morgan thing? Can you talk me through that in the middle of it?
I think where I do agree with Alistair is I would like to see it get back to a bit of old school cricket where you ask the fieldsman, did he catch it? And if the fieldsman says yes, you take his word. I think we've got so much technology these days in the game that if you say yes when you don't catch it, that's your reputation. That's the integrity of the game of cricket. I don't think players, I think generally there's some occasions where, you're unsure as a fielder, and I think that's what you do. You go to the umpires and say, I'm unsure, and then you use the technology. But I think on a lot of occasions, as a fieldsman, you know if you caught it. And I would like to see it go back to, backing the player's judgment. I think, Davey was a good example. He asked Joss the other day if he caught it. He said yes, so Davey walked off. If then the umpires are not sure, because they control the game, they can use the technology. But, in the case out there today with Dan Christian, he was asked whether he caught it. He said yes, and then the batsman still didn't go. And he's got every right not to go. The umpires are out there to make a decision, but I would like to see it go back to, respecting, and both, whether we're batting or we're fielding, respecting the opposition's decision. And like I say, if you're going to claim a catch when it has bounced, I think you'll be crucified anyway.
James? You seem in quite a heated discussion with Joss Buttler, but were you intimated to him you felt that Morgan...
Well, he was saying to me that you got to be consistent, and I said, I think what I'm saying here is extremely consistent. You told David Warner that you caught it. Dave Warner walked off the ground. It was the umpires that caught him back. I'm saying the same today. If the batsman asks the bowler or whoever caught the catch if he caught it, he said yes, I'd like to see the batsman do the same.
Just on the captaincy thing, does it take its toll having to captain a Test and one-day team with such a busy schedule these days?
Defeat takes a toll. Doesn't matter what form of the game you captain. Any time you lose, it's, the captain. The way I see captaincy is a lot of the time when you're not performing well as a team, the captain's in the spotlight, and that's a big part of captaincy. You're accountable. When the team does win and does do well, that's when the other players are, deserve to take the the accountability there. So it's extremely hard, there's no doubt about it, and unfortunately I've experienced it a fair bit already through my captaincy, but it's, any time you're not winning, that certainly makes life harder as a captain.
Michael, 5-0 in the Test, 3-0 in the one days. Do you start to think in your own head a little bit more about South Africa from this point?
Not at all. I'm going to think about spending 3 days with my beautiful wife, to be honest, and not think about cricket at all. And then I'll come back, I'll fly to Adelaide and meet the boys there and look forward to hopefully winning in Adelaide and having a 5-0 result. But we've got plenty of time to worry about South Africa. I think after this one-day series, we've got a 4-day practice game over there and some time to make sure we're looking at the opposition. But right now our opposition's England. We want to win 5-0 here.
The squad for South Africa is named tomorrow. I know you can't talk about who may be in or out. You may not know. Who knows? But the stability that you've got in the team now, that's got to be a help going forward, though.
Talking about the one-day team or Test team?
The Test team.
Well, we've played some really good cricket. There's no doubt about it. But I think the selectors will talk about what they think is the best squad to go and play in those conditions against that attack. And I think we did that through this whole Test series against England. I think we picked the 11 players that we thought was best for the wicket we're playing on and the attack we're playing against. And it just worked out that we played the same 11 in every Test match. So I don't think the selectors will have anything else in their mind. They want to pick a winning squad. So we'll wait and see tomorrow, I guess, if that's when it's announced.
David, nice to have you in a press conference, mate. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a while.
You feeling tired? You feel like you need a break before South Africa, or are you ready to keep going on?
Oh, I'd like to have a few beers tonight and go home and have a sleep and then get ready for Perth. I'm excited that we're winning at the moment and I'm ready to keep playing cricket.
Dave, can I just ask about your approach when you're batting? Obviously, you're a very positive batsman. Tonight, we saw Aaron get out. And then I think maybe 2 balls later, Tim Bresner, you put him over his head for 6. Was there any thought in your mind at trying to consolidate and, you've just lost a wicket, or do you not even entertain that? You just all guns blazing?
Well, sometimes I don't know what's going through my head, to be honest. But no, that's the intent and that's the way I play. I've always got in my mind how I'm going to go about my game, and he had mid-off and mid-on up, and if he pitches it full, I'm going to target straight still. And I do like to take some risk and go over top, but that's just the way I play. And I know with the way that Bresnan bowls, he likes to hit the wicket and then try and make us play square of the wicket. But anything that they give full, I'm still going over top.
And is that part of Michael's captaincy and the management that really encourage you to play with that freedom and express yourself?
Yeah, the way that you know how to play, you play your game, and they back us all the time. If we get out the way that we are going about our business, then they're fine with that. But if you're trying to take it over long off and there's long off back, then they're going to kick you out the backside.